Differences between a moth and a butterfly. Many people think moths are the nighttime equivalent of butterflies, but it's not quite that simple. Moths and butterflies both belong to the order Lepidoptera, but there are numerous physical and behavioral differences between the two insects. But before we move on in looking at their differences, if you're new here, welcome! Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Moth caterpillar and butterfly caterpillar. Even before these flies make the transformation into winged adults, several clues can help you determine whether that crawling creature will become a butterfly or a moth. A fuzzy or hairy caterpillar ambling through your garden is a moth-to-be. Butterfly caterpillars aren't fuzzy or hairy, but they may have spikes. However, if the caterpillar has smooth skin, it could be either. General appearance. Moths tend to have stout and hairy or furry-looking bodies, while butterflies have slender and smoother abdomens. Moths have larger scales on their wings, which make them look more dense and fluffy. Butterflies, on the other hand, possess fine scales. This difference is possibly due to the need for moths to conserve heat during the cooler nights, or to confound echolocation by bats, whereas butterflies are able to absorb sunlight. This difference in appearance is due to scale size. Butterflies possess far smaller scales. Wings. Butterflies tend to fold their wings vertically up over their backs, while moths, on the other part, tend to hold their wings in a tent-like fashion that hides the abdomen. Butterflies are typically larger and have more colorful patterns on their wings, but moths are typically smaller with drab-colored wings. Anatomy. Moths have a frenulum, which is a wing coupling device, but butterflies do not have frenulum. Frenulums join the forewing to the hind wing, so the wings can work in unison during flight. Behavior. Butterflies are primarily diurnal, flying in the daytime. Moths are generally nocturnal, flying at night. However, there are moths that are diurnal, such as the buck moth, and there are butterflies that are crepuscular, meaning they fly at dawn and dusk. Cocoon or chrysalis. Cocoons and chrysalids are protective coverings for the pupa. The pupa is the intermediate stage between the larva and adult. A moth makes a cocoon, which is wrapped in silk covering. A butterfly makes a chrysalis, which is hard, smooth, and has no silk covering. As scientists discover and study new species of butterflies and moths, distinctions between the two are becoming blurred. Some moths may fool you into thinking they're butterflies, such as Urania lilus, a colorful day-flying moth from Peru. The Casnoida moths, found in neotropics, Indonesia and Australia, exhibit many of the characteristics of butterflies, such as brightly colored wings, clubbed antennae, and day-flying. Antennae shape. One of the easiest ways to tell the difference between a butterfly and a moth is to look at the antennae. If you look closely at the antennae of both moths and butterfly, you will notice that they are very different shapes. Moth antennae tend to be leaf or feather shape. Butterfly antennae tend to be long, bare, and eject from the head in a club shape. They also have a bulb at the end. Although this is normally the case, there are some moths that have slender antennae rather than feathered, such as the zodiac moth. However, the antennae on these moths tend to be straight rather than curved. Despite this being a generalized rule, there are some exceptions. Prime examples include gypsy moth from a pupae that resembles that of a butterfly, and the Parnassus butterfly, which makes a cocoon. Eyes. As moths are nocturnal and butterflies are diurnal, it makes sense that the two species will adapt to different eyes to suit their light conditions. In general, moths have superposition eyes, which reflect light at the same angle they take it in. This type of eye creates images up to 1000 times brighter than acquisition eyes, but sacrifices image quality. On the other hand, butterflies have apposition eyes, which work by gathering multiple images and combining them in the brain. But there are several exceptions to this rule, such as with the Duinozyganidae and Cytomidae families of moths, both of which have apposition eyes, or the Hedyloinidae family of butterflies, which are nocturnal and feature superposition eyes. In most cases where one species is found to be using the opposite type of eye than expected, it is because they are active during the opposite time of the day than is normal for other butterflies or moths. Coloration of the wings. Most butterflies have bright colors on their wings. Nocturnal moths, on the other hand, are usually plain brown, gray, white, or black, or often with obscuring patterns or zigzags or swirls, which help them camouflage from predators as they rest during the day. However, many day-flying moths are brightly colored, particularly if they are toxic. These diurnal species evolved to locate their mates visually and not primarily by pheromone as their drab nocturnal cousins. Several species of Saturnidae moths, such as the giant silk moths, are nocturnal but often have bright colors and striking patterns on their wings. A few butterflies are also plain colored, like the cabbage white butterfly or the barren butterfly. Resting posture. Moths usually rest with their wings spread out to their sides. Butterflies frequently fold their wings above their backs when they are perched, although they occasionally bask with their wings spread for short periods. Several types of swallowtail butterflies tend to frequently rest with their wings spread when in sunlight. However, some butterflies, like the skippers, may hold their wings either flat or folded, or even in between the so-called jet plane position when perched. Most moths occasionally fold their wings above their backs when they are in a certain spot, like when there is no room to fully spread their wings. A sometimes confusing family can be the Geometridae, such as the winter moth, because the adults often rest with their wings folded vertically. These moths have thin bodies and large wings like mini butterflies, but may be distinguished easily by structural differences in their antennae, for example, by pectinate. There you have it, the differences between moths and a butterfly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, and why not share with your friends? And if you have anything to add, please drop it in the comment section below, and the best comment will be pinned.